Pain heals. Chicks dig scars. Glory lasts forever.
Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for checking out this video. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Shout out to the 19. So, got a fun little video here for you today. I wanted to share what I think may be the perfect clip to get people to understand why Caitlin Clark is her. Why Caitlin Clark garnered this incredibly huge fan base that will go so far out of their way to watch her, to go to games, to watch her on TV. She's got fans all over the world getting up. They were getting up in the middle of the night to watch WNBA games, and why this has never been something in the women's game before, because we've never seen this. Now, I've got a couple of short other clips after this one to kind of round it out, because we could go on, but I thought this first one I want to play, and I believe this is um, her interview with David Letterman, where this came up, where talking about a scrimmage. This is just it's just a scrimmage, but it sums up kind of in, you know, 30 seconds exactly what it is that got Caitlin's name out there and why people were like, you've got to see this girl play. You've got to see this girl play. If you haven't seen her play, got to see her play. And then people tune in and go, well, damn. I'm glad I saw this girl play, and I want to see her play again. And that is something you've never had in the women's game before. It's one of the really kind of long list of one of the reasons on a long list, I should say, as to why she's gotten so much hate and why they've decided to go after her fan base as well. But let's dig in. Here's the first clip. First clip, pay close attention. This is fun. So I believe, if I'm not mistaken, hold on. Sorry about that. If I'm not mistaken, I think this was may have been situational at the end where they're trying to come back, so the other team shooting foul shots and so on. So you can just see what goes on here. So they're inbounding the ball. This is why it's up tempo. And boom, I'm just gonna hit that three right there. And we'll go back to foul shots. And we'll bring it up. Pay attention to this. And boom, again, no problem. This is the other thing too, and I'm gonna back this up just a little bit. You can see, watch where she plants her feet. But again, and I think I've talked about this in videos too, and I'm always like, oh, should I or shouldn't I? Because you know how some people are, and they'll take it, oh, you're hating on the women, you're hating on the women's game. When I say this release of Caitlin's, it's not just the distance from which she shoots, it's her release that is something we don't see a lot in the women's game, not from distance. Okay. I've talked about Lucy Holson's, midi jumper and so forth that I absolutely love. She gets off the ground, she releases at the height of her jump, she releases high over the forehead. It looks great. Out from distance, right? You see a lot of balls coming up from the midsection and getting released around the chin and balls that cock from the shoulder. It's a strength issue. But you see how quickly Caitlin gets her shot off and how high she releases it, where even her deep threes look effortless. I mean, look where she is, folks. That's beyond logo. And it's just boom, it's up, it's gone. It looks like she's 5 feet from the basket, the way she releases the ball with that effort. Now we're going to come down the left side. Let me go. No, let me just cross over and step out from 35 feet away. And again, it looks like a layup in a or and no, I don't know what she's doing with her leg on that one. We'll show that again just because that's fun. Uh, and I think that we've got that and then one more. But again, look where she is, and again, it looks effortless. She's got the right leg like up higher than her head on that. And then we're just that must have been the buzzer beater, right? Let me just get rid of that real quick before I move on. So that right there in what, 5 shots, I think, just sort of summed up, this is why Caitlin Clark is her. It's why Caitlin Clark is Caitlin Clark. It's why she's got the following. Now, she does a lot of other stuff with her game that we know about, and I won't go into all of it, but I'll show a few short clips here that are also part of it, because it's not just the logo threes, right? It's the logo through. She kind of enticed you. I'm going to entice you with the logo three, and then you're going to see it. You're going to stay, and you're going to see the rest of my game, and you're going to love that as well. Like, you know, passing from the foul line Again, looked effortless, right? Boom, quick from the. I mean, that is perfect. I'm sorry, I'm gonna play that again because watch watch where Katie Lou catches this ball. It is it's absolutely perfect. It's not just chuck down and player gathers it because she's open. She hit her right smack exactly where she needed to hit her under the basket from the other foul line. And now we just see kind of some of the fun stuff here that people love about her game as well. She's dynamic, she's creative, she's insanely skilled with the passing game as well. Players get out and run. Caitlin Clark takes a bunch of women. Hold on, I want to get to this because this is relative as well. But I want to get to, let me see if I can real quick after this. And all right. So this is Lexi Hull talking about that. And then I'll have one more clip for you. But that also was a great example, as you can see with the passing, that when you get Caitlin Clark on a team, he is one of those few players that makes everyone else around her better. And she not only makes them better, but she makes them better from a fan point of view in terms of the entertainment value with the way she delivers the basketball. So Lexi Hull actually gets asked about that. And it's kind of interesting to listen to her talk about this, which explains some of the things we saw early in the season.
When she's out there, just the passes that she is willing to try and some of the tight windows that she'll toss out there, obviously the transition outlets and stuff. How much of an adjustment was it for you to play off of someone that passes like that?
I mean, I definitely got passes and tried to finish when I wasn't expecting to get the ball. So like now it's like, okay, every cut I have, every cut I make, every fast break I run, like I have a real opportunity to get the ball, which definitely like took me a second. And I think it really just took one of those to really get my head around like, oh, she's all the way down at the other end of the floor and she could still make the pass to me down at the block at this end.
That's exactly what you just saw with the Katie Lou thing. The other point I just want to point out, if you heard her, which I think is dead on true. Look, we know the league has a layup issue in general, but she also makes a good point. For any of you that have played, you've probably experienced this once or twice, especially if you're in transition, so you're already moving. If you get a pass, like say you're getting out in transition, you're going to the basket, but you've hit a certain point where you're like, okay, that pass is not coming from me, from where it is, then all of a sudden it does. So you either don't catch it, or if you do and you try and make that layup, you're so discombobulated, you're caught off guard so much that you're not able to finish and make the layup because you just don't have your body gathered the way you normally would in order to take that shot.
And so, I mean, it's been awesome, and I think it's so fun to be able to know that you're not just cutting to cut, knowing that you're cutting with the possibility of like actually making a really cool play. So that makes it that much more worthwhile.
I think circle.
And then I just had the last one to show again. This is that pass to Lexi. And again, not only this was after a made bucket, right? That's the other thing. The Fever with Caitlin Clark can get layups when the other team makes a bucket. And you don't see, right? You can see, is that actually, I think that might actually be Bonner in that clip there. And she's the closest one. Everybody's already gotten back, and it still doesn't matter. Made basket, everyone's getting back, and you can still get a transition layup when you have Caitlin Clark. Another example of why she is her and why people watch. She completely elevates the entire game around her. The quality of the game around her, the entertainment value of the game around her is completely elevated by her playing. And again, you'll see this pass. It's the one they just showed in the Lexi Hull clip. But it's not just got it down there to Lexi. There's no adjustment. She hits her right in the hands in order to lay the ball in the basket. Perfect. 2 steps, left hand, bucket. I mean, that's a way to make a living, folks. But whoop. So anyway, I'm gonna leave it there. I just thought what you're seeing again right here, I just thought this was it was like you watch that and you're like, yeah, I mean, that's it. I don't know why anyone has to get into all this other nonsense, get into all these BS narratives, get into all this jealousy from other players, or why is Caitlin Clark getting attention? Why is Caitlin Clark getting love? You're seeing it, folks. It's really as simple as what you're seeing on the screen. Your eyes are watching this, and you like it. You are entertained by it. Unless you're not a basketball fan and you just use basketball for other narratives that you want to push, this is why you watch the women's game. This is why you watch Caitlin Clark, because this is absolutely insane. It's fun, it's entertaining, it's enjoyable, and it's simply watchable. It is watchable. I am going to leave it there. Appreciate you so much for checking out this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. You know the drill by now. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. I appreciate you, and I want you to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I will talk to you later.